There exists a single, non-negotiable law of physics that governs the universe of Manchester City. A fundamental truth that transcends tactics, form, and opposition. It is a law so absolute that its suspension creates a state of genuine crisis for the most expensively assembled squad in football history. This law is simple. When Rodri plays, Manchester City wins. When he does not, they are plunged into a chaos from which they seem incapable of escaping. The statistics are not merely suggestive, they are apocalyptic for a team of this calibre. Over the last season and the start of this one, the club has played numerous matches without their Spanish pivot. In those games, their win rate plummets to a level befitting a relegation-threatened side. A stark and terrifying contrast to the near-perfect record they maintain with him anchoring the midfield. This is not a correlation, it is a causation. Rodri is not just a player, he's the entire operating system. To understand this dependency, one must first deconstruct the multifaceted nature of his role. A role that can be broken down into two primary interconnected pillars: control and chaos. The control aspect is what most people see, the metronomic passing, the positional intelligence. But it is the chaos element, his ability to proactively snuff out danger and initiate transitions, that truly separates him and creates this profound vacuum in his absence. He's both the calm and the storm, the architect and the demolisher, and without him, the entire city structure loses its equilibrium. The first pillar, control, is the foundation upon which Pep Guardiola's footballing cathedral is built. Rodri is the team's primary circulation hub, the central processing unit through which every offensive sequence must flow. He operates in the most congested areas of the pitch, constantly presenting himself for a pass, offering a safe outlet under immense pressure. His ability to receive the ball in tight spaces, often with his back to goal and an opponent bearing down on him, and then effortlessly spin away or find a progressive pass, is what allows City to break the first line of press and advance up the pitch. He is the master of game tempo, knowing precisely when to slow the game down, reset the play, and recycle possession to lull the opposition into a false sense of security, and when to inject pace with a sharp, vertical pass into the feet of Kevin De Bruyne or Bernardo Silva. This control extends far beyond simple passing. It is a function of his supreme positional awareness. Rodri is almost never caught out of position defensively in the build-up phase. He provides a constant reference point for his centre-backs, dropping deep to almost form a back three, which in turn liberates the fullbacks to push high and wide into midfield positions. This positional discipline creates structural integrity. He is the anchor that allows the other 9 outfield players to express their creativity and fluidity, safe in the knowledge that he is there to cover, to support, to balance. Without this anchor, the entire structure becomes lopsided and vulnerable. The metronome stops ticking, and the symphony of passing descends into a cacophony of misplaced passes and forced decisions. The control that seems so innate to City, the feeling that they are slowly, methodically strangling the life out of an opponent, is a direct product of Rodri's presence. He is the embodiment of the Guardiola philosophy, a player who values possession not as a statistic but as a weapon of domination. However, to label Rodri as merely a controller of games is to fundamentally misunderstand his genius and the true source of City's dependence. This brings us to the second, more dynamic pillar of his game: the management of chaos. While his control is proactive and preventative, his chaos management is reactive and explosive. He is not just a passive shield, he is an active destroyer and an immediate instigator. His defensive work is not about last-ditch tackles in his own penalty area, but about intelligent, proactive interventions in the midfield zone that halt opposition counterattacks at their very source. He reads the game 2 or 3 passes ahead, anticipating where the danger will materialise, and moving to intercept the pass or make a dominant tackle before the attack can even build momentum. This is a fundamentally different and more valuable skill than traditional defending. It is about preventing fires, not putting them out. The most critical aspect of this chaos management is his role in defensive transitions. The moment City loses possession, they are at their most vulnerable. Their fullbacks are high, their attacking players are advanced, and vast swaths of space open up behind them. are behind them. In these critical seconds, Rodri is the emergency brake. His physical stature and intelligent reading of the game allow him to step into passing lanes, to engage the ball carrier, and to single-handedly disrupt the opponent's transition. Seda. He doesn't just win the ball back. He wins it back high up the pitch, in areas where City can immediately relaunch their own attack. This turns a potentially dangerous defensive situation into a prime scoring opportunity in the blink of an eye. He is the ultimate transition weapon, capable of transforming defense into attack with one well-timed intervention. This dual threat capability, being the source of control and the master of chaos, is what makes him truly He is the team's defensive linchpin and their primary offensive initiator, all rolled into one complete footballer. This brings us to the heart of the crisis. The alternatives. When Rodri is unavailable, the solutions tried by Guardiola have all, without exception, failed to replicate even a fraction of his function. The experiment of playing John Stones in a hybrid role, while tactically fascinating, is not a sustainable solution. Enemy. Stones is a world-class centre-back, being asked to perform a midfield role, and while he offers quality on the ball, he lacks Rodri's innate defensive positioning and his ability to manage the tactic moments of the game. It is a square peg in a round hole, a compromise that weakens the defence without fully solving the midfield problem. Similarly, playing a natural midfielder like Calvin Phillips, who has a skill set that seems, on paper, to be similar, also failed miserably. Phillips, for all his qualities, could not adapt to the specific, demanding cognitive and technical requirements of the Rodri role. The system is so tailored to Rodri's unique blend of attributes that a like-for-like replacement does not exist within the squad, or perhaps even within world football. The consequences of this absence are stark and immediately visible on the pitch. Without Rodri, City's build-up play becomes laboured and predictable. The centre-backs, without their primary outlet, are forced into long, hopeful balls or risky passes into traffic, leading to a dramatic increase in turnovers. The structural integrity collapses. The defence looks exposed and vulnerable to any form of counter-attack. The space between the midfield and defence, which Rodri patrols with such authority, becomes a highway for opposition attackers. The team loses its composure, its identity, and its winning mentality. They go from being a relentless machine-like force to a fragile, unbalanced team that can be beaten by any organised opponent. The drop-off is not marginal, it is catastrophic. The ultimate conclusion is both a testament to Rodri's greatness and a glaring indictment of the squad's structural flaw. Manchester City, for all their wealth, their depth, and their tactical sophistication, have built a team with a single point of catastrophic failure. Rodri is the keystone in the arch. Remove him, and the entire structure threatens to crumble. He is the most important player in world football not simply because of his quality, but because of the absolute void his absence creates. He is not just a component in the machine. He is the operating system, the software, and the central processor. Other teams can lose their best player and find a way to adapt to grind out results. City, without their Spanish linchpin, look lost. This Rodri dependency is the defining narrative of their era, a paradox of a superstar system built upon the indispensability of one man. As long as this vulnerability remains, every suspension, every minor knock, every potential transfer rumour will be a national emergency for the blue half of Manchester, a reminder that their dominance hangs by the thread of a single, irreplaceable footballer.